This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, students. We'll wait a few minutes, let them to join here. Okay, students, let me start the class. Now, in today's class, we are going to discuss about flux linkage of a conductor in a group. So, what we discussed until last class, based on that inductive derivation, we derived for only one conductor. But in today's class, we are going to derive that flux linkage of a conductor in a group. First of all, I want to know that what is the difference between conductor and standard conductor? What is the difference between conductor and standard conductor? Okay, I will show you that what is the difference between these two and how we can identify that which one is conductor and which one is standard conductor. See, are you seeing this the difference between solid conductor and standard conductor? If you take the solid conductor, it has the only one material that so what we derived up to last class, that is inductance due to the internal flux, inductance due to the external flux, and inductance of a single phase two wire line. So we derived for this type of conductors, that is solid conductors. Now in this class we are going to derive that what is the flux linkage, what is the inductance of a flux linkage of a only one conductor in a group. So the standard conductors is nothing but the number of conductors are connected in parallel with respect to, so conductors are standard conductors center. Okay na? And this type of conductor is also called as composite conductor. So what is the meaning of different so you will get 2 marks for this different composite conductor. It means that the connection of standard conductors in a parallel, then it is called as composite conductors. And a standard conductors ni we can when we connected as a parallel, that is called as composite conductors. Now in this class we are going to derive that at one conductor in a group, what is the flux linkage. So that is that we have to derive that. After that, when we add all the, suppose it has that n conductors from A, B to C like that, or as 1, 2. So 1, 2, it has n conductors. Then we have to find that what is the flux linkage of first conductor, second, and up to n. So the total flux linkage, we will get that total conductor flux, and finally we will get that inductance. So that is we are going to derive in the today's class. So just you should know that what is the difference between solid conductor and standard conductors. So that is the reason. Now let me move on the topic. So this is the today's topic, that is flux linkage of one of the conductor in a group. See here, in this derivation is belongs to the standard conductors. That is, this is the structure of standard, and here the so one layer is called as strand. The combination of strand when we connect it in parallel, then it is called as composite conductor. Now we have to derive that flux linkage of a only one conductor here. By using this formula, you can write same for second conductor, third conductor, as well as nth conductor. When you add up all the flux linkages, then you will get the finally flux linkage, and finally you can obtain that inductance of a standard conductor. That is we are going to derive in this class. Right. See here, I'm considering one standard conductor. So standard in the sense we have to the number of layers, the number of conductors are arranged in the form of layer. I'm here considering that one conductor, that is ACSR. ACSR is aluminum conductor with the steel reinforcement. So this is the structure of this ACSR. Here the inner part is the material is steel, and the outer layer are made up of aluminum. So what is the main intention of steel means to provide the mechanical support to that mechanical strength to the conductor. Now it has the number of strands are occupied as a layer, and this number of strands, that is the number of strands should be depends on that layers, and it is denoted by n. See, if you want to design a two-layer strands, then the layer should be equals to n equals to 2, and if you substitute here, then you will get that how many strands are required for that conductor. Suppose it is one layer, right? If you substitute n is equals to 1, you will get 3 plus 1. So finally, you will get 7 conductors. If you observe this this diagram, you can see that it has that 7 strands. Suppose if you have that 2 layers, again one more layer is there, right? So if you have the 2 layers, then you will get you have n is equals to 2. If you substitute n is equals to 2, you will get 12, 6, 18, 2 to the 4, 4 3, 12 plus 6 plus 9, so totally 19. So you will get that 19 strands are occupied in the 2 layers. So this is the formula we have to use for finding that how many strands are occupied in 2 layer, how many strands are occupied in 3 layer, how many strands are occupied in 4 layer. Like that we can obtain that. So this is the single layer. So after the forming of layers, after the steel material, that we call as single layer. So this is the equation already we discussed, and which is used for that, which is used for the finding that how many strands are required based on that layers. Next one is so this is if you want to find that whole diameter. Suppose if we have the this is the strand conductor. If you want to find the diameter, you have to use that d is equals to 2l plus 1 into d. Here d is small d is an individual diameter of a conductor. So we have number of conductors, right? So d is individual diameter of the conductors, and here the diameter is same for all. Why? Because we are forming the standard conductor with equally diameter of the all strands. Now, so now if we come to the topic, here I am considering that 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n strands. Strands is nothing but one of the material in standard conductor, right? So I am considering that 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. After that, so this is the standard conductor, right? 1. If we eliminate this one, you will get 1, 2. So these are the strands. So similarly, I am assuming that 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n. These are the n strands, and out of this, at some point, I am considering a point P. Let's consider it is a P. Now we have to form that at this point, what is the flux linkage from this conductor? And from conductor 1 to P, it is denoted by distance d1P. So and the distance should be calculated at that center of the conductor to that center of the conductor. So this is the d1P. So the distance between strand 1 to point P, like that. And here we have to, so already said that we have, for simplification purpose, the strands should be equal, and they are carrying that equal current. So when according to the KCL, the sum of all currents in a conductor is equals to 0. Such a group conductors is shown in figure. See, if the currents are equal, then sum of current is equals to 0, right? Suppose let me take two currents are flowing, I1 and I2. If the both currents are same, but the flow is difference. So the sum is what will come 0. So how it will be possible means when the strands are all equal carrying the currents, then only the sum of the currents equal becomes 0. So this is the initial condition for the assumptions. So we have to consider that number of strands. After that, we have to choose that one point. It is out far away from that conductors, and we have to make that distance between each strand to point P. Strand 1 to P, 2 to P, 3 to P, like that. So finally, we will get that we will form the distances between that strand 1 to P, strand 2 to P. So from this, we have to find that what is the flux linkage among the each individual conductor. Right. So this is the notation of each parameter in what we assumed in that diagram. Now here I am choosing that n number of conductors, each carrying currents I1, I2, I3 up to In respectively. Now let's consider a point which is far away from the composite conductors. So composite again I am saying that composite conductor is nothing but the connection of strands in parallel, that is called as composite conductor. ఏ కండక్టర్లు అయితే స్ట్రాండ్స్ అనేవి ప్యారలల్ గా కనెక్ట్ చేయబడతాయో దాన్ని కాంపోజిట్ కండక్టర్ అంటారు. Now after choose that point, we have to form a distance between that strand 1 to P, that is denoted by D1P, D2P and DNP. So here I given that explanation here. So D1P is nothing but the distance between strand 1 to point P. D2P is a distance between strand 2 to point P. DNP is a distance between strand N to strand P. And finally, so this is the strand to point. Now this or that within the distance between the individual conductors. So D11 is the distance between standard one. So this is called as self distance. So I am considering n conductors, right? So this one is distance between point to strand, and D11 D1n is the distance between 1 to n. D12 is the distance between strand 1 to strand 2. D13 is distance between strand 1 to strand 3, like that. So these are the two different distances. Now, so after assuming the distances among the conductors as well as the distance between the strands and that point P, after that we have to find that what is the flux linkage with respect to the P from all flux linkages. So that is the equation given by here. Pi 1 P is equals to pi 1 P1, that is the flux linkage of strand 1 due to the current I1, flux linkage of strand 1 due to the current I2, flux linkage of strand 1 is due to the current I3, like that. So finally you can obtain, if you add this all parameters, finally you can get that the flux linkage of a conductor 1. Here the pi 1 P1. So the flux linkage of conductor 1 due to its own current D1 by internal and external flux from D1P with D11. So this is the explanation of this. So you can obtain this formula by using this parameter. It means that the one indicates that the number of the conductor number. So first one is, after that the P with respect to the point P. So from conductor 1 to P. So how much of distance it is traveling to reach the P, and this distance is given by D1P as well as D11. Suppose if it has the radius R, and this radius R, it is denoted by D11, that is the self distance. And if so the flux will be generated at center point, and it is keep on to moving up to it reach the point, and this distance is D1P. So that's why it is deals with D1P with respect to the D11, right? Now second one, D1P, that is conductor 1 due to the current 2. So if the conductor 2 is carrying the I2 current, right? Due to this I2 current, the conductor 2 again generate the magnetic field, and due to the field, the conductor 1 having the flux linkages, and it is given by that the flux linkage of conductor 1 due to current I2 by internal and external flux from D1P with D12. So This is the and we have to make the distances from point P2 and distances with respect to the conductors. So this is the distance with respect to the point, and this is the distance with respect to the among the conductors. Similarly, D1P. So this is the distance between a conductor strand and point, and this is the among the conductors. If you want to write that pi 1 P3, what you can write? The flux linkage of conductor 1 is due to that current I3 by internal and external flux from D1P with D13. So that is the explanation of flux linkage with respect to the conductor 1. Due to that, all currents I1, I2, I3 and so on IN. Now, after finding these values, we have to add all parameters like this. Psi1, Psi1 P1, Psi1 P2. So finally you will get that final value. Now our aim is we have to derive this equation individually. So what is Psi1 P1, Psi1 P2, Psi1 P3 like that. Now, so we already derived. So if you want to calculate the flux linkage, see here, we are calculating that what is the external flux is flowing to the from stand 1 to P. So it is completely deals with only external flux. Now already we have that in the flux linkage, that is with respect to the external flux 2 into 10 power minus 7 I into ln d1 d2 by d1. So that is the flux linkage we obtained due to the external flux. From this equation, so actually we have the equation L is equals to psi by I, and it is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 7 ln d2 by d1. This is our formula for inductance due to the external flux. If you want to find the flux linkage is equals to current into entire thing. So here what is the current we are considering? I1. So psi1 P1 is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 7 I1 into ln d1P by d1. So I already said that the numerator is a geometric mean distance, that is from what is the distance between stand 1 to point P. So it is the distance of outer. The denominator is the distance of inner, that is individual distance. D11 we can write as a self distance of a conductor 1. Okay now. So this is the formula we obtained with for the psi1 P1 from the. So this equation we can get from that inductance of a conductor due to external flux. So now how we can obtain 1P1 psi1 P2? So for psi1 P2 we can write as 2 into 10 power minus 7 into, so same current is carrying that is I2 into ln here d1P divided by d12. So this is the flux linkage of 1P2, that is the flux linkage of conductor 1 due to the current I2. So we'll see the remaining parameters how will you get. So finally we obtain the two equations psi1 P1 and psi1 P2. Here d1P is a distance between stand 1 to stand point P. So I already said that the numerator is given by that GMD. The denominator is given by GMR. So GMR is nothing but a geometric mean distance. That is the what we are going to find the all parameters at particular conductor to that particular point or whatever conductor. And GMR is a self that is the distance between that among the conductors. So that is it is in the combined connector, right? So that is the GMR, geometric mean radius. So in this condition, we have the GMD, that is distance between a conductor 1 to P is D1P, and D11 is a self distance, and it is calculated as R1 dash. So how we can get the R1? What is the equation of R1 dash? R1 dash ne em raskochu with respect to the radius.
Root of R1 plus R2.
No. So you can write 0.88 into R. Last derivation R dash can be written as 0.7788 into R, right? So this is called as GMR. So it is the formula for GMR, geometric mean radius. Okay now similarly we can obtain psi1 p2 alage psi1 p3 up to we can get psi1 pn. After finding this all parameters, we have to find the psi1 p, that is that what is the flux linkage of strand 1 with respect to the point p, right? So that is we have to find that. See, so this is the equation we obtained after substitution of all flux linkage with respect to the current y1, current i2, current i3, current in. So I am taking that 2 into 10 power minus 7 is a common. Then we will get, this is the term which is belongs to that psi1 p1. That is 2 into 10 power minus 7 into I1 ln d1p divided by r1 dash. And this is the term which is belongs to that psi1 p2. And this is one psi1 p3. This is psi1 pn. After this, what we have to find means, so I already said, for simplification purpose we have to bring that mathematical equation into one form. So here we have that logarithmic equation, right? So we have to arrange some values. So ఎప్పుడన్నా కానీ logarithmic value వచ్చేసి multiplication లో కానీ ఉంటే ఈజీగా మనం సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు. If there is any, if it is in division form, we have to make it is a multiplication form. So how we can make means like this. So I will show you one term, then you can identify that. So here I am writing this term ln of d1p by r1 dash. I can write this one is ln of d1p into 1 by r1 dash. Now it will be like this, ln into ab, a into b. So you can write ln a plus ln b. So I am splitting this numerator and denominator into two terms. One is d1p into 1 by r1 dash. So after splitting this numerator and denominator, I am arranging that logarithmic function with respect to the both terms. So if you arrange splitting this numerator denominator, you will get like this. So psi1p is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 7 I1 ln 1 by r1 dash. So you can write all denominator terms like this plus all numerator like this. I1 into ln d1p plus I2 ln d2p plus I3 ln d3p. So are you clear about this equation how we got? So equation 2 ఎలా వచ్చింది అర్థమైందా? సో ఇక్కడ మీకు కింద ఇచ్చాను చూడండి ఎగ్జాంపుల్. సో హౌ వీ కెన్ అప్లై దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఈక్వేషన్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏ అనేది d1p, b అనేది r1 dash. సో దీన్ని న్యూమరేటర్ డినామినేటర్ స్ప్లిట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాను. సో లైక్ దిస్ a into 1 by b. After that I am applying this ln function with respect to these two parameters. So I can get ln a plus ln b, right? Okay, now ఇప్పుడు ln a అంటే ln d, a అనేది d1p d2p, these terms all will get, and 1 by r1 1 by d12, so these are will get. So finally we split up this logarithmic function numerator and denominator separately. Finally we have found that equation 2. Now from this equation we have to simplify again. So how we can simplify means, I already mentioned at starting itself, the strands in a conductor having that all equally, we have to place the equal strands. అంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క స్టాండ్ యొక్క డయామీటర్ కానీ డిస్టెన్స్ కానీ సేమ్ గా ఉంటుంది. సో అప్పుడు ఏమి చేస్తాం అంటే దట్ డిస్టెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ దట్ d1 1 to p and distance between that 2 to p, so these are all equal to the distance d. ఎందుకంటే these are places in equally with respect to the point p, అప్పుడు డిస్టెన్స్ అనేది ఈక్వల్ గా ఉంటుంది. So if the all d1p, d2p, d3p and dnp it is equal to d, what you will get, d into ln d into i1 plus i2 plus i3 plus in వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? సో అప్పుడు తర్వాత అగైన్ we have one condition, the sum of all current is equal to 0. ఇప్పుడు ఈ టూ కండిషన్స్ మన ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ లో సబ్మిట్ చేస్తే let me see what you will get. So this is the assumption we have, that is the d1p, d2p, d3p or dnp. So these are all equal to the equal distances, and finally I am assuming that capital D. And this is the first condition. Next, second condition is the sum of all current, that is I1 plus I2 plus and so on IN is equals to 0. So this is capital D, and it is sum of the current is equals to 0. Now I am replacing that all D1P, D2P by D. So here ln D is common for all parameters. If you take ln D is a common, you will get I1 plus I2 plus I3 and so on IN. So already we know that the sum of the all currents is equal to 0, and the entire term should be eliminated. Finally you will get psi1p is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 7 and this term. Now represent it is equation 3. See, after finding this, after substituting that all sum of the current is equal to 0, if you substitute that, the numerator term is becomes 0. So the finally we will get psi1p is equals to 2 into 10 power minus 7 I1. So this term we will get, and here the R1 dash you can write D11. So that is the self distance of a conductor stand 1, and R1 dash you can write that 0.7788 R1. So this is the value of R1 dash, and it is called as geometric mean radius. How you got this value? 0.7788. How you got this value?
E power minus 4, sir.
E power minus 1 by 4.
1 by 4. Okay,
exponential of e power 1 by minus 1 by 4 cheste, then we will get that 0.7788. Okay now finally we obtain the flux linkage of one conductor in a group. Ante manaki enni conductors unnanga, only we found that first conductor. Now from by observing this equation, how you can write that flux linkage of second conductor, that is pi to p. How we write the equation for this? By observing the psi1p. సో మనము బంచ్ కండక్టర్స్ లో ఒక కండక్టర్ దగ్గర కనుక్కున్నాం, ఇప్పుడు రెండో దాని దగ్గర కనుక్కోవాలి. ఏం చేయాలి? సో హౌ ఇట్ విల్ గెట్ ద ఈక్వేషన్? Anybody having the idea how we can get psi2p? psi2p ఎలా వస్తుంది?
I1 దగ్గర I2 పెట్టుకోవాలి.
psi2p. So I am writing here, just listen. So after finding this value, similarly you have to write as similarly for psi2p, psi3p and psi-np. Why? Because we are considering that n conductors, right? N stand conductors. So you have to write that all equations. So first 3 రాసిన తర్వాత similarly అని pi psi1 అని తీసుకోవాలి. So ఇప్పుడు I am writing for the equation for conductor 2, that is flux linkage of conductor 2 with respect to the point P. 2 into 10 power minus 7 into ln, sorry, I1 into ln 1 by, what you will get here instead of D11?
D21, sir.
Right, D21
Yes.
I2
Log 1 by D2. D22.
D22. Right. So
Plus
D2 it as R2 dash. Okay now, plus I3 ln 1 divided by D23. అలాగే and plus IN ln 1 by D2N. Right. So this is the flux linkage of a conductor 2. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి టోటల్ కండక్టర్ అంటే ఒక స్టాండర్డ్ కండక్టర్స్ లో ఉండేది ఒక కండక్టర్ మాత్రం తెలుసుకుంటాం. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద స్టాండర్డ్ కండక్టర్. అంటే ఒక స్ట్రాండ్ వచ్చేసి ఒక సాలిడ్ కండక్టర్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేసుకుంటే ఆ కండక్టర్ దగ్గర మనం ఫ్లక్స్ అనుకుంటాం. సో ఇఫ్ యు యాడింగ్ దట్ ఆల్ వాల్యూస్, దెన్ యు విల్ గెట్ దట్ టోటల్ ఫ్లక్స్ లింకేజ్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద స్టాండర్డ్ కండక్టర్. సో ఇప్పుడు డిఫరెన్స్ తెలిసిందా? వాట్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ సాలిడ్ కండక్టర్ అండ్ స్టాండర్డ్ కండక్టర్? ఓకేనా, సాలిడ్ కండక్టర్ has only one conductor and standard conductor is has a different layers and which are connected in a parallel manner, and this parallel connection is also called as composite conductor. and I given yesterday one work to you, so no, only 3 members are submitted. So what about others? So what I given work yesterday class for you? సో మీ క్లాస్ లో ఏం సబ్మిట్ చేయమని చెప్పాను? వాట్ ఐ వాస్ గివెన్ అసైన్మెంట్ టు యూ?
ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఫార్ములాస్ రాయమన్నారు సార్, డెరివేషన్స్ కి.
రైట్. వాట్ అబౌట్ అదర్స్? సో ఐ గాట్ ఓన్లీ 4 మెంబర్స్ సబ్మిషన్. హుస్సేన్ బాషా, సురేష్, సింధు అండ్ రీనా. వాట్ అబౌట్ అదర్స్? భార్గవ్, రవికిరణ్, జగదీష్, రంగన్న, రాజేంద్ర, సింధు, సారీ సుష్మా శాస్త్రి. మీకు చెప్పానా లేదమ్మా?
సబ్మిట్ చేసా సార్ నేను.
అంటే ఎవరు పెట్టావు? 209 కదా ఇది? 209
సార్ నేనే సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు వచ్చింది రండి. వాట్ అబౌట్ అదర్స్? క్లాస్ ఇస్తున్నారు ఇంతకి, జస్ట్ ఆన్ చేసి వెళ్ళిపోయారా? సో మొత్తం 21 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటే ఓన్లీ 2-3 మెంబర్స్ వాయిస్ మాత్రం వినిపిస్తుంది. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్ టు అదర్స్? వెదర్ యు ఆర్ లిజనింగ్ మై క్లాస్ ఆర్ నాట్? సుప్రియ, రీనా, రాజేంద్ర, సుష్మా. Can you give reply to me?
సార్ నేను ఈరోజు సబ్మిట్ చేస్తాను సార్.
రైట్. సుప్రియ, రీనా ఉన్నారా మా క్లాస్ లో? మీరు ఇంతకి are you there in my class? Okay, so this is about today's class, that is flux linkage of a conductor in a group. So what is the main intention of this means? So from now onwards we are going to derive the inductance values for composite conductors, that is standard conductors, right? And before going to the find, we have to find that individual conductors, then only we can understand that what is the flux linkage and what is the inductance of the whole conductor. So that's why I'm deriving that what is the flux linkage with respect to the only one conductor in a group. Now from tomorrow onwards we have only 3-4 derivations are balanced with respect to the inductance. So what are the derivations means? What is the inductance of a composite conductors and what is the inductance of a 3-phase equal symmetrical arranged and unsymmetrical arranged, like that. And one more thing, just want to know that if you want to get that phasor diagram, so you know that how we can take that phasor diagram anti-clockwise or clockwise direction. Suppose I'm taking the axis like this, A, B, C. So at balance condition, each one having that 120 degrees. Now, what is the current IA with respect to the IC? How you can? What is the angle between this A and C? How you can write that? What is the phase angle between that IA and IC?
120 degrees, sir.
Tappu. So while taking the phasor angle, you have to take that anti-clockwise direction, right? So it means that from A to C, it has to move from A to C. It needs from here to here 120 degrees, from here to here to 120. So totally, for getting the phasor differences between IA and IC is 240 degrees. Okay na? ఒకవేళ మీరు క్లాక్ వైజ్ తీసుకుంటే ఏమొస్తుందంటే -120 degrees వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? అప్పుడు IA = IC × -120 degrees. So this is the way of you have to calculate clockwise as well as anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise తీసుకుంటే you have to indicate with respect to the minus. Sorry, clockwise తీసుకుంటే anti-clockwise తీసుకుంటే పాజిటివ్ తీసుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు సో జస్ట్ మీకు సింపుల్ గా చెప్పేస్తున్నాండి. సో ఇప్పుడు -120 ఎలా వచ్చిందంటే 240 minus 360, then you will get the -120. సో ఆ విధంగా. Now if you take that, so if you, when you take the A as a reference, now I am taking the B as a reference. How we can get that IB with respect to the IA? What is the phase angle between IB and IA? If B is taken as the reference axis, what is the phase angle between IB and IC? If B I am taking that reference axis, so ఒకసారి మీరు ఫేస్ యాంగిల్స్ చూసుకోనమ్మా. ఓకేనా, ఫేస్ యాంగిల్స్ ప్లస్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ one angle 240 degrees, ఓకేనా, one angle 120 degrees. So you have to so this formulas you will get in the derivation. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ వాల్యూస్ మీకు తెలిస్తేనే ఈజీగా డెరివేషన్ మీకు అర్థం అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా, do you know that what is the value of 1 angle 240 degrees? Anybody? What is the value of 1 angle 240 degrees? Suresh, do you have any idea about this 1 angle 240 degrees? So just now, see here, angle 1 angle 240 degrees you can write -1/2 minus j √3/2. How you got this value -1/2 minus j √3/2? How you got 1 angle 240 degrees ని -1/2 minus j √3/2 రాసాం. ఈ -1/2 minus j √3/2 ఎలా వచ్చాయి? So this is in the form of polar form. How we can write in obtain in rectangular form? ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు? సో ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు అంటే you can write cos 240 degrees plus j sin 240 degrees. If you did this expansion, then you will get -1/2 minus j √3/2. Similarly, what about one angle of 120 degrees? What is the value of one angle 120 degrees?
-0.5 -0.866.
మైనస్ వస్తుందా?
మైనస్ వస్తుంది సార్.
cos 120 degrees కి. So cos 120 plus j sin 120 degrees. So you can expansion this value is cos 120 degrees plus j sin 120 degrees. So if you solve this equation, you will get -1/2 plus j √3/2. Plus వస్తుంది. Sin 120 is plus √3/2.
-0.5 plus 0.866 వచ్చింది సార్.
రైట్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ 1 angle 120 degrees. సో ఈ రెండు ఫార్ములాస్ బాగా గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి, ఎందుకంటే నెక్స్ట్ చెప్పబోయే డెరివేషన్ లో ఇవి యూజ్ అవుతాయి. ఓకేనా? సో దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ flux linkage of a conductor in a group. So in tomorrow class we are going to derive that what is the flux linkage in composite conductors. So composite conductors మనం ఫ్లక్స్ లింకేజ్ ఎలా వస్తుందని రేపు క్లాస్ లో చెప్తున్నాం. ఓకేనా? Still any doubts up to this? రీనా ఉన్నారమ్మా? Irina is there in my class? Reena and Riyaj. 207. What happened? Just reply me.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Riya మాట్లాడేది.
Yes, sir.
Right. So how we can calculate GMD, Riyaj? GMD ని ఎలా calculate చేస్తారు? How we can measure the GMD value? So you can give that message in chat box. No problem. So message and type it. So how we can calculate that? How we can? Okay, no problem. I will send you today itself. సో ఇంతవరకు మీకు చెప్పిన మెటీరియల్ మీకు ఈ రోజు వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్ లో బయట సెండ్ చేస్తున్నాం. So how we can calculate GMD value? Just you can do the message. No need to talk. How you can calculate that? Riyad, అర్థమైన క్వశ్చన్? Right, Riyaz is not there. Next, B Venkatesh. How we can calculate that GMD value? By calculating radius, not exact answer. So GMD, how we can calculate the GMD means, just listen once again. If I want to find the performance of a two conductors or one conductor or 1 point, whatever it may be, from this two points, so this is point 1 and point 2. Let's take, for this I want to find the performance, that flux linkage or inductance. I have to write the equation in terms of new log GMD by GMR, that is numerator denominator. So GMD, how we can calculate this? The distance between that midpoint of the conductor, that is point 1 to point 2. So this is called as GMD, geometric mean distance. If you want to find the performance of any conductor with respect to the second point, we have to use the GMD and we can calculate like this. And if you want to find the GMR, is geometric mean radius, that is the individual self distance. So this is the called as GMR. This is the way of finding that GMD and GMR. So this is Standard formula for GMR is
geometric mean
what Suresh? చెప్పు ఒకసారి.
geometric mean radius.
Right. So geometric mean radius you can find the self distance of a flux. Suppose ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఈ రెండు కండక్టర్స్ కి పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలంటే then you have to observe that how the flux will be field will be moving. So from center point to here. So it means that from here to the surface is called as the self distance. It is denoted by r1 dash. Okay now r1 dash is nothing but a it is equal to 0.7788 into radius. Okay now so this is the way of calculating GMD and GMR. So three conductors kuda manu okesari equate cheyalem. So how we can calculate for three conductors means first let consider it is 1 2 3. So ఇప్పుడు మనం కండక్టర్ 1 2 రెఫరెన్స్ గా తీసుకొని చేయాలంటే how we can calculate is D11 plus D12 plus D13 ఓకేనా. సో ఈ విధంగా తీసుకోవాలన్నమాట. సో ఇప్పుడు మనకు యాక్చువల్ గా ఈ విధంగా తీసుకోవాలంటే we had సో ఇవన్నీ వచ్చేసి ఆ జిఎంఆర్ఏ geometric mean radius. Geometric mean distance ante when we are using the parallel, so this is all one conductor. If you want to find the parallel conductors or if you want to find that one conductor and point P, at that time you have to use the GMD. If you are calculating within the conductors you have to use the GMR, that GMR is given by D11 plus D12 plus D13 like that. Right. So this is the correct answer. Root 3 of D1, D2, D3.
Sir,
Chep Suresh.
sir, what is the meaning of strands go and return conductor, sir?
What?
Strands go and return conductor, sir.
Hidden.
Strands go, sir.
ఒకసారి నాకు వాయిస్ క్లారిటీ వాళ్ళ మెసేజ్ చేయి. Suresh, just type the question in chat box. So strands go and return conductor is nothing but a phase and line. Sorry, phase and neutral conductor. So నేను చెప్పాను కదా అంటే if you take that single phase, in single phase we have the two lines. In one conductor the current is moving in this direction and one conductor is moving in this direction. So this is called as strand go conductor and it is called as return conductor. You know, based on the current direction we can say that strands go and return conductor. So that is the difference between these two. Students, do you have any doubts now? So it's going to time up. Okay, no problem. So those are not submitted that assignment.
Class over, all of you leave it.
Okay, friends. Class completed. You can left now.